Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail. Today, we're going to take a look at a product introduced to the Meguiar's Ultimate line, and this is the Insane Shine Paint Glosser. 16 ounces for $15. What is this? Well, this will go in a subcategory that has been gaining traction lately, and that is a product you could spray on the paint before the judge comes around, or before a show, or before the night out on a town, that will just boost gloss and a bit of slickness. No protection whatsoever. This class includes products you may know, such as P&S, Beadmaker, and Dreammaker, and a few others. The product also has filling capabilities, so we're not going to do paint correction today. You, of course, can, but we're just going to wash and decon. So do your normal wash process, your decontamination, iron remover, clay, and what I'm going to do after I'm finished with that process on this test area is I'll follow up with a panel prep. Make sure there are no existing protectants, maybe a coating or a sealant or a wax. It does mention on the bottle itself, on the label, that it will not get along with a coating. So with that said, I believe the product is aimed at the do-it-yourselfer who is out there. Paint is in rather sad shape. Not a lot of it to correct and bring back to life, so you would use a product like this to maybe mask some of the love marks or swirl marks and boost gloss and slickness. So if you have a vehicle and it's aged, the clear coat has worn thin, either from being polished too many times or just whatever Mother Nature has been throwing at it, you can use a product like this to mask some imperfections and bring out the best look that you possibly can without spending a ton of money to respray the area or the whole vehicle. I'm not quite sure how big the group that this product is marketed to would be. However, with the category slowly growing and gaining traction, I thought I would bring this product to the channel and at least show it to you. Although the label and the directions and indications give you an idea of how to use the product and what you can expect, there are a lot of details that are missing that I would like to know. Can it go on top of a wax or a sealant or other protection? If it doesn't get along with a coating? Does it have protection in it whatsoever? Was it intended to do so? We'll find that out. So what I did here with this test panel is I marked an area off and I put 6 dots all throughout the panel. Some in an area that has been corrected, some in areas that have been left in the original condition. The panel was left to me right off of the vehicle, so it would have swirl marks and love marks. There's another area on this side that was a test area for a correction fluid, and it did a half-decent job, but there's still swirls. So there's plenty of areas to test it on with this hood. Let's get some gloss readings beforehand, before we apply the product. Then we will lay down the Ultimate Insane Shine Paint Glosser, let it cure properly, and that's another thing that the label does not indicate any sort of cure time at all, but we will let it cure. It'll be maybe a day or two till I get back to it anyways, but we'll let it cure. We'll come back and we'll take measurements and maybe take a look at some of the other characteristics that it leaves behind. I'm not completely sure. So let's get some readings. I have the dot on the paint itself so we can measure at pretty much damn near the exact same spot we had the original measurement, and I'm writing that down here for each area, and then we will apply the product and move on. All right, that'll do it. Let's grab the Meguiar's Ultimate Insane Shine Paint Glosser. Well, that's a mouthful. Shake it up. Any detailing product, guys, will have a nice rich formula. Mix it up, shake it up. We're going to spray directly onto the panel with this. A nice, thick, liberal layer. We're going to massage it in, flip the towel over, and buff. And you will see it not only flash, but come up with your microfiber as well. The slickness will start, and it'll start to kick in right away. You'll feel that. The product claims to conceal light love marks of swirls, maybe towel marks, and also will quote unquote turn up color, saturation, and gloss. We shall see. A second layer, why not? I don't paint my fence with one layer or one coat. Let's make sure we have it applied evenly, give it the best chance that we can. So initial thoughts, it's easy to work with. It's pleasant, has a pleasant scent. It's not a bear to work with. Thing I thought was unique, interesting, I thought I would share. On the back, it mentions the ability to nourish paint for a deep gloss. And then also perfect on its own or pair this product up with a spray wax for quick and easy paint care. I thought I would share that with you for what it's worth. So these are the results immediately after applying the product. Now the swirls are still there. They are a little bit better. I guess some of the real topical minor swirls or towel marks would be taken care of with a product like this. The slickness is there. We will let this cure, although there is no mention of cure time whatsoever. We'll give it a chance to set up and bond maybe. Maybe the gloss and the filling capabilities will show up, and it's almost 2 days till I get back to the panel, and I can immediately feel the slickness has increased, which is actually quite impressive. This block will take off much sooner than on the unnourished, I guess I'd have to say, because it's not a protected area of the hood. Let's get back to these gloss meter readings. We've had before readings. Let's take some after readings now that it's had time to, I guess, cure. In this first area, we've done a bit of paint correction, and there's just ever so slight of an increase in gloss. So let's keep moving along here. In area number 2, about a 3 unit increase, and the naked eye will pick up a 4 or 5 unit increase on a panel. Can easily be picked up with the naked eye. So we're getting better. This is a little bit more impressive as we move along. Okay, so now we're moving towards a 4 gloss unit increase. Let's move on to section number 4. These areas down here are the worst of the panel, I can tell you. All types of imperfections. So it seems that the worse the paint is, the better off this product the results will be much more impressive. And we're only getting better as we get down, deeper into the worst part of this panel. Over here, this is another corrected area. This is where we tested a correction fluid. And in that section, there was a decrease. Now, that could be the beam reflecting or refracting from the surface of the paint back into the machine being affected by this product. I'm not completely sure, but here we have another jump in gloss. So there you have it. That's what it can do. This panel came from a vehicle that was hardly ever taken care of the way it seems. So we drag the panel outside, we will remove the tape, and there is a jetting effect. I'll bring the camera in so you can see that You can see the definite line as to where it was applied, and it makes the area look a little bit darker, a little bit richer, gives it a little bit of depth, a little bit crisper reflections. Now, without mentioning protection, I expect this to wash off immediately. And there's hardly any water behavior with this product on it. A little bit of sheeting. I'm going to wash it. I'll start the one wash test just to see what it looks like. But right now, it doesn't look much different than the rest of the panel, quite honestly. So after the first wash is rinsed away here, you'll be able to see where that gloss enhancer was laid down. What's left behind, I am not sure, to be completely honest. There you have it, guys. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Brian from Apex Detail. Catch you in the next video.